To the surprise of no one, Microsoft stock is getting a downgrade. It's getting a downgrade because people are tired, I think, of the AI. A lot of people are checking out. They're not using their chatbot. They're turning it off. That'd be Copilot. A lot of people are noping out of Windows 11, going to Linux or Mac, or just staying on Windows 10. Some people are rolling it back to Windows 7. And of course, this was going to happen because it's ass. It's pure ass. Copilot is not good. I think Copilot has some potential, but I don't think it needs to be injected into everything. It does not need to be part of freaking Notepad. And also, Microsoft is running headfirst into the wood chipper with these upgrades that are breaking people's machines. That's kind of a problem, right? I think investors are kind of looking at this the whole way around, and they're like, yeah, Microsoft's not looking too hot right now. So we're going to talk about this before we get into it any further. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Hey, check out Crimson Wren. It is back for a limited time. If you missed out on the hardcovers a couple of years ago, we're doing a re-offer out on Kickstarter right now. Very limited time. We've also got some new stuff out there that we did not have before, including pins, stickers, and some D20 trading cards, which I am designing. So check it out on Kickstarter. That's Crimson Wren Adventure Edition. But let's talk about Microsoft. Microsoft is having an adventure. Their stock is getting downgraded, according to Barron's. Microsoft stock gets a rare downgrade. AI competition is heating up for Azure. It's not just that. They always miss the forest for the trees, right? The issue is that Microsoft is facing backlash on so many levels right now. Even in gaming, you know, things are not doing great for them. The Xbox is failing. People are complaining about their, Windows 11. They hate they had to upgrade. Now they hate that their system is broken because of the update not working, and they had to release multiple emergency patches. And they really hate Copilot being injected in everything. And it does slow your computer down. I mean, massively. And again, if you want to use that, I think it should be your choice. I think Copilot should work something like ChatGPT, where it's, a separate website, a separate service, and you can enable it or disable it at your leisure. If you would like to enable it on your browser, you can do that. In Explorer, you can do that. Notepad, whatever, right? But it should not be turned on by default, I don't think. And why they're doing that is they're trying to force people to adopt it. In fact, the CEO, Satya Nadella, I always call him Nutella, but it's Satya Nadella. He was out there saying that they were concerned that if people don't adopt AI faster, that it's not going to justify all these data centers and the electricity spend. I'm like, well, maybe if it wasn't such shit and you were trying to force it on people who don't want to use it, maybe they wouldn't reject it as much as they have. You need to show them a benefit. You shouldn't have to force them to consume the product because you need to make your money back on your spend, right? And that's what these companies do. They basically try to guilt you, force you, manipulate you to consume because they've spent so much money on a thing, and you're just supposed to just eat up whatever they give you, whether it's technology or entertainment or services or whatever. Slurp it up. You're the pay pigs. You're gonna like what we give you, and that's it. You better like it. You want another pandemic? We'll call Uncle Bill. We'll call Uncle Bill. Okay, I'm just saying. Anyway, tinfoil hat conspiracy. I need to disclaim that on YouTube. Key points from Barron's. The analyst downgraded Microsoft stock to hold from buy, citing over-optimistic revenue and earnings expectations. The analyst pointed to Azure supply issues and increased competition from Google Cloud and AI firm Anthropic. Microsoft's Azure revenue growth decelerated slightly to 39% in fiscal second quarter, but it's all the way around. Now, here it says that their stock is up from being down, I guess. But this is this morning. So Microsoft stock got a rare downgrade Thursday as one analyst contended that revenue and earnings expectations for the tech behemoth were far too optimistic. Everybody must be buying. Stifel analyst Brad Reback cut his rating on the shares to hold from buy with a $392 price target, down from $540. Wow, that's bad. What's that now? $398. Okay. All right. Microsoft stock fell 3.9% to $397. Thursday, as sweeping sell-off and software stocks entered its third day, Reback's new price target suggests the stock could fall an additional 1.5%. Downgrade makes Reback A rare dissenting voice on Wall Street. Of 64 analysts polled by FactSet, 60 rate the stock at buy or equivalent. The remaining 4, reback included, rated at hold. So it's this guy is downgrading it. But there was, so this is part of a bigger issue. A lot of software stock took a massive hit because of the future, right? How things are looking right now with the RAM shortage and people kind of getting tired of AI and the overspend on AI and a lot of software being rendered worthless or pointless because of AI. I know Adobe took a massive hit, but they had other things going on with them too. Just people are tired of Adobe. But everything is kind of up in the air in tech right now. And everybody's kind of looking at Microsoft and Google and Apple and, whatever, OpenAI, and NVIDIA is basically like they're in the catbird seat right now. It's crazy. But they said, to support his reasoning, Reback pointed to well-documented Azure supply issues. A reference to the ongoing data center capacity shortages and server constraints are projected to persist into 2026. Yeah, we talked about NVIDIA yesterday, and they're not going to be rolling out their new graphics cards, GPUs, consumer GPUs this year. So everybody's kind of looking at everything and they're like, yeah, well, if all the software is depending on AI and chips and there's a chip shortage and there's a GPU shortage and the data centers cost too much, and what's the point of having half of this software if the AI is going to do it anyway? And I think a lot of it is just a fundamental misunderstanding by boomer investors of what AI is actually capable of and what's not capable of. And they're all betting on, basically right now, AI is the new Bitcoin. It's the new NFT. They're all going all in on AI. And I think we're at the beginning of a bubble burst. I really do. I think it's going to become very apparent that it's not ready for prime time yet. I'm not saying it's not useful. I'm saying it's not ready for prime time, and it's definitely not worth the expense or the aggravation or burning down all these companies to chase this thing. That's just not quite there yet. But I just spent 20 minutes this morning on the phone with, I think I realized about halfway through the conversation, it was an AI assistant, chatbot, doing customer service for a company, for a utility company. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? And it got to a point where we just kept going round and round in circles, and then it just hung up on me. And I'm like, and it's not like back in the day where it was like a robo voice, like you didn't know, it was very obvious you were talking to a robot, like beep, 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 please stand by for a customer. No, this was like a conversational bot, but it didn't have an Indian accent. I think that's the point. But I confused it. I kept asking it questions it couldn't answer, and then it just hung up on me. So I think they're going to find out real quick that it's not as good as they want to think it is. And I saw a video the other day. There's a guy talking to an AI chatbot. I think it was NVIDIA's, and it was just like it just got stuck in a feedback loop. Yeah, basically burned itself out. Google Cloud is a standout. Okay, so but Google's down now. Then there's Anthropic, which is steadily gaining momentum. Okay, blah, blah, blah. With all these factors taken into consideration, Reback believes Azure revenue acceleration is unlikely, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, let's talk about this though. This is the big deal right here. They're pushing heavy into AI and people hate it. So it said inside Microsoft's Copilot crisis, this is coming from WebPro News, how the tech giant's AI flagship lost its way. Data shows paid subscribers using Copilot as their primary option dropped from 18% to 11%, while Google's Gemini gained ground, raising concerns about the tech giant's AI strategy. So only 11% of Microsoft users are actually using Copilot. That's weird. I think people are realizing that they can turn it off. So it said Microsoft's ambitious pivot to become an AI-first company faces an unexpected obstacle. Its own flagship product, Copilot, the artificial intelligence chatbot that Chief Executive Satya Nadella positioned as the cornerstone of Microsoft's transformation, see also Cortana, RIP, is struggling to gain traction with users despite massive marketing investments in the company's embedded position in corporate America. Yeah, they're pushing it. They're putting it in everything. They're trying to force you to use it. And it slows your computer down. I'm sorry, it's horrible. And it's not that good of an AI. It really isn't. Grok is better than Copilot. The challenges facing Copilot extend far beyond typical product launch hurdles, according to the Wall Street Journal. Current and former employees describe a product plagued by confusing brand positioning and persistent interoperability problems that have frustrated both enterprise customers and individual users. It's dog shit. The stakes could be higher for a company that has invested billions in AI infrastructure and positioned itself as OpenAI's primary commercial partner. Previously unreported data reveals the depths of Copilot's user retention problem. From July through January, the percentage of Copilot subscribers who use the product as their primary option plummeted from 18.8% to 11.5%, according to a survey of more than 150,000 respondents by this market research firm. During the same period, Google's Gemini saw its share of paid users who choose as their first option increase from 12% to 15%. Suggesting Microsoft isn't failing to grow, it's actively losing ground to competitors. Microsoft's latest earnings revealed the company had sold about 15 million corporate Copilot seats within its 365 productivity business, which maintains a base of more than 450 million paid seats overall. So only 15 million Copilot users out of a base of 450 million paid seats. People hate this shit. They hate Copilot. It's awful. Well, Microsoft touted more than 150 million monthly active Copilot users across first-party platforms. These figures pale in comparison to competitors. Gemini has 650 million. That's a big difference. 650 million monthly users. ChatGPT has 900 million weekly users. And it's getting worse all the time, actually. The utilization rates among paying customers present an even more concerning picture. Some companies are only using about 10% of the Copilot subscription seats they're paying for. So out of those 15 million, it's only like 1.5 million people are using it. And I know one of the best performing videos we had last month was telling people how to uninstall Copilot. People don't like it. They hate it. It slows everything down. It's not good, and it slows everything down. And this is why the CEO of Microsoft is freaking out, because he's like, we're spending all this money chasing AI, and it's going to blow up in our faces. If Microsoft goes down because of AI, it's going to take so many other companies with it, right? And that's the concern. I think we're going to look at a massive realignment of the tech industry within the next 2 years. And, you know, if you're going to say, well, Microsoft would never be marginalized or whatever, remember Yahoo used to be the internet for most people, right? MySpace used to be the internet for most people. And it doesn't take much. It just takes like a tech meteorite to hit and wipe out a big tech company, right? So, yeah, that is not good. Yeah, they said it's an identity crisis. People don't even know what it does or what it's for. They said the lack of a cohesive experience across different Copilots has become a persistent pain in the ass that Nadella even acknowledged. Then why'd you roll it out? But why'd you roll out half-assed updates, you know? So, yeah, it just goes on and on. But they're basically like, oh, they said, okay, internal adoption is a testing ground too. They said the adoption rate within Microsoft's sales organization has surged from 20 to more than 70% in the past year as more employees have become comfortable using AI. They probably forced them to. The company just laid off 15,000 workers last year. They're doing a marketing blitz. They said the marketing blitz is meeting resistance. They were going to do a Copilot ad during the Super Bowl. It's going to cost them $8 million. So, yeah, people who switched from Copilot cited finding better quality elsewhere. Grok is better than Copilot. Seriously, and it's included for free with your X account, right? And if you want AI, just go out to a site to talk to the chatbot. You don't need it in everything. So that's what's going on here. They're basically chasing this AI chuck wagon, and this could like destroy Microsoft. It seriously could. If the AI bubble pops and their credibility as a software company, as an OS, the OS of choice, is called into question because Windows 11 is dog shit and the updates have been dog shit, and their video game aspirations have crashed and burned, and Xbox is in the shitter right now. Microsoft could like freaking die, or at least be marginalized completely. Like, they don't know where to go at this point, and I blame the CEO. I mean, at least when Bill Gates was in charge, they kind of had some idea of where they wanted to go. But like, yeah, this feels like a directionless company. It feels like they're just like something AI. Boom, there it is. Oh, people don't like it. Make them like it. Spend more money on it. Force them to, have it on their systems with the new update and the yeah. Fuck it. People are checking out. So it's gonna be really interesting to watch. Anyway, that's all I'm saying. I think we're gonna watch a lot of these companies just blow themselves up chasing this thing, and I don't think the general public's ready for it. I don't think the product is ready. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Grab some popcorn. Also, check out Crimson Ren on Kickstarter. We have about a week for the main campaign. We'll leave it open for a little bit longer than that if you guys want to grab this stuff. But definitely help us out there. Help support the channel. This has been Kneon for CLOWNFISH TV. I'm going to wrap it up, but we will talk later.